Since we've seen a lot of these things, we've been through the times when we had the land phone, then the pagers came, then the mobile phones came, and then the smartphones came. In between, we had the email coming. Seeing all that, we now feel they were all enablers. They really didn't create any problems for us. It just took us some time to adapt and adopt those new technologies. But when this AI is coming, everybody is told this is something totally different. It's going to change everything. What do you think? What do you have to tell people our age?
About AI, about learning
AI,
AI.
yeah.
See, I was not even born when, the iPod or let's say all those technologies was just starting. Let's say even the box TV or there was landline in my house. But what I would say is, from a perspective of a Gen Z here, I believe if you, I say this dialogue, okay? If you don't use AI, someone using AI will definitely replace you, right? If you go back in time to, let's say, when computers were there, during that time, computers actually took a lot of jobs, right? Typewriter jobs, lot of jobs. But then what happened is, 10 years we lost a lot of jobs. But then we started getting a lot of jobs. Yes? Everyone agree? So imagine this, okay? Everyone here uses Google, right? But if there was only 3-4 people who uses the internet and has their own website, like there is only youtube.com, instagram.com, facebook.com, I don't use Facebook, but chatgpt.com. There were only 4 links. Would we need something like Google? Would we, guys? No. We wouldn't need a search engine to search the internet because there's only 4 things, right? But as more people adopted the internet, as more people searched things, as there were more links, we needed it. I believe AI will be the same. As more people start adopting AI, as more people start using AI, building AI, automatically a Google will emerge. Automatically something new, a new job opportunity will emerge. That's what I believe. And from seeing that history repeats itself, I believe that's what's going to happen. But until the new job opportunities emerge, best thing is just use AI. AI is the only reason, plus my father, have to give him some credit, but only reason I'm able to manage most of my life right now. Being a creator, or being into health, being a founder, because of AI and my parents. So, yeah.
I feel many people are worked up about AI and what it is, and this is anxiety, because we've lived through the dot-com boom and bust, which was 10 years before you were born. So we've seen that. So why did all those companies go bust after the dot-com boom?
Actually,
and what is different now?
Actually, during that time, a lot of companies did go bust. But there were 2 companies that didn't go bust. Can you guys say which one? Anyone can guess? Which one? Google. There's one more that used to sell books then.
Amazon,
right? So these 2 companies survived because they were more than just a .com in the search, right? They were not just like pet.com or house.com. Just because they had .com, they didn't get money, right? I believe right now, if you do something innovative, like searching the internet like Google, or literally giving books to someone's house, that was innovative back then. But right now, if you do something innovative, rather than just adding AI in your website or what you're doing, you will survive the AI bubble. And trust me, AI is a bubble and it's going to burst. But when it bursts, the biggest, best companies that take advantage of it will survive, right? See, the thing is, okay, did you guys know ChatGPT, how many million users are there? There are more than 1 billion users who use ChatGPT. But do you know how many people pay for ChatGPT? Anyone can guess?
Less than 1%?
Exactly. It is around 10 million people. Out of 1 billion people, 10 million, I'm not saying it's a small number, but 10 million people only pay for ChatGPT. They're draining money. AI is not sustainable, right? Once you find it's sustainable, then it's good. That is when the bubble will burst and the sustainable companies will survive, like Claude and hopefully like my company. But yeah.
So which means AI is going to be here.
Yes.
But not that all companies will survive.
Exactly.
over the
Just like the dot-com bubble.
Okay.
History repeats
Yeah.
itself.
So that I don't stick to only AI and be of general interest to this audience, let me ask you something. You know, there are so many different sectors that are going to be drastically affected by AI is coming. One of them is education, in which you are. He's a +2 student, so you know, at least some of those in this audience will have children who are 17. In fact, just a few days before, somebody asked me, who's doing a service for Apple iPods and all that, Apple products in Kerala. His son is also in +2.
Okay.
So the doubt is, including mine, whether it makes any sense to go to college anymore.
Well, if I'm being honest, okay, right now, most of the people who have engineering degrees have sadly don't have any job. Right? Most of them, sadly, a lot of them have suicided because they can't find jobs, which is a very sad reality of our country right now because we have so much capability. And the thing is that in our country, yes, having a degree is actually a good thing. I'm not saying like our education system is actually way better than we imagine. Thing is that it's not updating quickly. The thing is that it's all about memorizing the details that are there. Even if it is good information, it's about memorizing it. Right? You are never told to understand it. I always say this one dialogue, it's from this famous person known as Prince A. You should not, school should not teach what to think. They should teach how to think. No, opposite. They should, yeah, exactly that. Right? They should not teach, do this, do that, by heart this. But rather they should teach, how should you get a new idea? How do you innovate? That is how we go to the next level. Right? Rather than trying to make them by heart stuff, give them whatever information they need and let them innovate. You are making a kid that might find the solution to cancer, maybe just put lot of AI, teaching him AI. Is there a use to that? No. Right? There should be everything a basics. Now, coming to your question, answering the college one, I believe the degrees are needed, but with that, what's needed is skills. Maybe video editing. Maybe it is AI in whatever they're doing. Maybe it's basic communication skills. I believe that is also needed, and that's what companies look for. At least that's what I look for even in my company when I keep someone. And final thing, we need more employers than employees in our country. So everyone should start startups, not for random reasons, but if you have a unique idea, learn about it, learn the risk, and start doing it. That's what I believe.
Just to get into your mind or the minds of people your age group. By the way, he's one of the youngest Gen Zs, the last of the Gen Zs, among the last of the Gen Zs. Yeah.
Yes. So, saving the name of Gen Zs. We are smart.
So just to understand your minds, when you're sitting in class today as a +2 student, do you guys, I mean your generation, do you feel that our teachers are slightly outdated?
Well, is there any of my teachers here?
Any teacher
Okay,
here?
no teachers. Okay. Well, sadly, what I believe is yes, they are. But I've also seen our government do things to make that better. They've gotten Gemini.
I hope somebody's recording this. He said something very big.
Yes, right? Don't record this, please. I have to go to school tomorrow. Okay. But I believe, see, the thing is that they're getting Gemini AI training. When ChatGPT came, they got training of that. I was like, my teachers are getting training of ChatGPT and all, which I was happy. And even I was able to teach them in one of the trainings, right? But what I believe is, see, it's not just being updated about it, it's about living that, right? Me and my father always talk about this one concept where if you have done a business, then teaching about a business is easier. Teaching about the failures of a business, teaching about what all you experience is different from then just reading and then blurting it out. Right? Yes, you can definitely learn how to teach. That's a good thing. But if experts teach you what they have lived, isn't that better? And I believe that is what our educators should be.
You feel people with a particular skill teaching with the knowledge of that skill would be better than pure academics teaching theory only?
Exactly. See, if I today have not built a single AI tool, have not had my own company, and then have not done any of this, okay? I just know how to teach, I just know how to talk. I would not be able to stand out, right? That anyone else can teach. I know exactly what error I faced at this thing when I was building this AI tool, or I know for my company to get investment, I said this and I got it. I can share those with people rather than just reading or watching another tutorial and coming here and saying, right? Those two have a big difference. And I tried to teach, and after I did something practically, after proving it to the world that I know few things here and there.
One frequent fear that is being instilled by media, social media, everybody is, once AI comes, it automates almost everything. And in fact, the New York Times, day before yesterday, had an article saying, it looks like all graduates in America are presently pursuing trades rather than just going to skills, those trades, than going to regular college, getting a degree. So you should have some hands-on trade skills.
Experience, yeah.
Yeah. So, and it looks like, the way people are talking about it, it looks like only plumbers and electricians will survive. How do you see that?
Well, going back to the example of computer times, right? Exactly, I feel, yes, this 10 years, you are going to lose jobs. You have to survive. That is why my company is always hiring. Please talk to them. But what I'm trying to say is, during that time, what separates yourself is that at least, would you hire? I'll ask you the question. Someone who creates a presentation in 1 week or 1 month? Or 1 day or 1 week? Which one would you choose?
The first one.
The first one, right? The
faster one. The faster
exactly.
one. Yeah.
But also, the efficiency and accuracy should also be right. Right now, how people will choose you is, they will choose if you use your brain. Yes, everyone should use that. Plus, if you use AI. It's a combination of both. If you just give it to AI, get answers, we don't care. We won't hire, right? But if you use your own brain and then use AI to do the same task faster, like creating presentations, then chance of you getting a job is way higher. Chance of you getting laid off is way lesser. And yes, that's going to last the next at least 10 years. After that, the job opportunities are just going to increase, because job opportunities, I believe, are going to increase. Because if you look at the computer times, they emerged, like Google and Amazon and all of them.
More jobs coming is consoling, but we don't know how they're going to come.
Even I don't know.
Which is why we are all
yes.
worried about it. Yeah. Just to, going about, what you said just now, if AI is able to take up all the coding work, all the writing work, all the analytical work, and humans do not use their, cognitive abilities, we learn by struggle. When we do a math problem and solve it, we struggle and understand something, it stays with us. And it builds our cognitive abilities. So if AI is going to take all of that away, and we are sort of outsourcing our intelligence to somebody else, then will we end up, in 5 years from now, if AI is doing everything for us, will we diminish in our intellectual skills and powers?
That's a good question. Like, basically what you're trying to say is, if we use a lot of artificial intelligence, what happens to our natural intelligence, right? And I believe everyone here has that question. To be honest, even I have not figured that out, right? If I were to say today that I easily do that, it would be lying. But I'll tell you what I have done to solve that. What I do is, at the end of the day, let's say I have a homework. In that homework, which I hate, let's say maths, but maths, I would not just tell AI, answer this question for me. I would say, answer this question step by step on how you got to the answer. I will still make it do my homework, but I'll figure out how it got to the answer, so I will learn from it. Now, for the future, let's say our education system, everyone here knows what a calculator is, right? And how you, in at least Kerala, how you get access to a calculator is in 11th and 12th. Until then, the 10th, you are not given a calculator, and you're like, sad times, but told to do division more, told to do multiplication, told to do fractions and all this in your brain. But after that, then they're like, okay, multiplication, division and all, right? Okay, now here's a tool to help you do it better. I believe AI should be the same. Till a certain age, AI should be taught separately. Essays, you should learn how to do it on your own, do things on your own. But after that, let's say 11th and 12th, that time, then you should get access to AI and see how both worlds collide. But until then, you should teach them how to do it without AI or without that certain. You should know how to not rely on it. Right? I think there was this dialogue Papa used to say before. It's like, and I was like, Papa used to say, learn this or learn that, learn something in maths. And I was like, Papa, I can easily just use calculator or I can easily just use Google. And Papa used to say, what if one day Google didn't exist? And I used to be like, Papa, there cannot be a day where Google doesn't exist. But then I realized why he was saying it. It's not that Google won't exist one day. It's about that the answer or the thoughts also which you will have won't be organic to you. Every human is unique. Every human is different. You should have your unique thoughts. And even if when you're getting answers, let's say in maths and all, you should know how that thing works. Right? You should know how that thing works rather than just asking AI, because craziest part about AI is it hallucinates most of the time. I would know because I made a law model that has more than 89% accuracy, promotion. But the reason it has 89% accuracy is one of the highest. Imagine 89 is highest in law, right? Because it gets things wrong. So you should use a combination of both worlds. Then only you will be able to survive to someone else who just uses AI. So I would say in the future, that's the answer to your question. It won't diminish because only people who survive using their own brain will be there, or you won't be alive.
You're answering all my questions with the speed of AI.